okay, that didn't, again. Oh, come on. What the? You know what's a minor inconvenience but terribly annoying? Parking our car on this side of the garage. We are one of those few special little people that don't have so much crap in our garage yet that we have to park outside. However, parking on this half is almost, actually, it's a lot more inconvenient than just parking outside. This side is much more pleasant to park on, mostly for the driver, which is the person that uses the car the most. You get to go in without having to get up against the wall. That's such a lovely experience. But more so, the backing out is much easier because you don't have to worry about the porch on the front of the house. But we can't have that pleasantry because of all this godforsaken wood and lumber. Now, we have a solution for it. However, I feel as if it's not gonna be enough of a space saver as I'm hoping. It's a cart for the big sheets of plywood and some hanging racks for the 2x4s. I'm not sure about all the other stuff, but that is a problem for now me. As for past me, I already hung a curtain rod today. I haven't, not the curtains, but I guess that's a later problem for later me. I'm looking forward to getting the garage open and empty again and having a proper workspace. Just being able to set it up because we haven't been able to, again, for all of this wood. All of this wood that's about to go over there. Yeah, there's no way in hell I am going to edit down and make it seem like hours and hours of work that's ahead of me was done in just a split second. Even if I could do that editing, I mean, I can, probably? Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna go open up some heavy boxes. I'm gonna have to find a new home for the hose somewhere else, as it'll probably be in the way and I don't wanna have to lift everything over my head every time I need a piece of wood. Bye-bye hose. I'm marking all the studs in the area where it might go. I'm not sure exactly which one's gonna go where, but I do have a bit of a dilemma. I can't go any higher where the garage door starts because we're gonna get overhead storage at some point whenever we need more storage. I also can't go under the storage because every time we open it up after it rains, in Florida, it rains a lot if you didn't know, it'll drip down on the wood and warp it and slightly ruin it over time. I have a bit of a solution to that. I guess I'll just focus on it later. Now I just need to get the spacing. I was looking for the right bit to fit on top of this giant ass screw bolt, but I almost came up short. This one just barely fits, and that would have been real annoying because I have a whole socket set at home in Ohio, and if I would have had to go and get new stuff just for one thing, well, I guess I would have waited until I got the socket set from Ohio. And I'm going in like a week and a half, so honestly, this was a non-issue. This wasn't even a necessary update. Change of plan upon drilling holes that are slightly too close to the edge of the stud behind it, making them go off the side and making the whole thing crooked. I realized I probably wanted a bit taller, even though it might be harder to put overhead, just so I can line up the wood underneath it from the roller, so I can have a place to put the roller. If I put it too low, like I was planning on, making them easier to grab, I won't be able to. I'm putting them higher. They're going up. I made a boo-boo and had a realization. The hangers are really easy to put up and quite cheap for what they are. I feel like if this was something that I would have done with my parents 10 or 15 years ago, it would have been homemade and nowhere near as good. But it's more expensive to buy wood than just buying this now. I'm also using these felt pads that we had extra of from IKEA because I'm a hoarder and never throw anything away to line one of the rows so we can put the more soft woods like the crown molding or the detail work. Man, those sure do look pretty. Things like this shouldn't excite me, having wood off the floor, being organized. This should not excite me. God, this looks like I just stole a piece of Home Depot and attached it to the wall, but it does. A few weeks ago, Caleb, my friend, mentioned, or said rather, that it's weird what things excite us as we get older. And the only thing that is more true than that is how many times have I heard that by someone? And how many generations has experienced that same thing? And the disconnect is always there. Why? This is objectively nothing, but yet I'm stoked to keep organizing it and get the remaining thin stuff to go up there, if there's even space for it. I might need to get more. Oh, that's cute. 2 people to lift. I don't have 2 people to lift this. What do I look like? I made people to just come out and help me lift things? I don't have those. I don't have people. What are you on about, 2 people to lift? I'm not gonna afford that. Now that part 1, the storage rack is done, now time for part 2, the storage cart for all the plywood. Now, after I've blown out my back, I'm ready to blow out yours. What's wrong with me? One really cheap bungee cord. Yeah, bungee cord, not tie-down strap. One wrench. Oh, I can add that to the tools I already have, but I don't know what to do with, so I'll throw it with a bunch of other cheap tools that I don't use. 4 casters. Those are some beefy mother humpers. And a lot of bolts. No instructions, though. Well, it's a good thing I can wing it. Oh, this is gonna be way too much fun. Oh, these are some smooth casters. You might think I'm playing this up just for the video. Well, you'd be wrong. I would do this with or without a recording. That's one nice cart. I don't like that there's no way to tighten down these things, but I guess it makes sense for easy access. I should probably finish this up instead of rolling around. Way more fun. This thing is a big space filler. Not that it's taking up more space than it was before, just it commands a large, it's big, it's big. I'm not quite sure where its final location's gonna be, but I guess it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out tomorrow, because it's almost midnight and I need to start editing this. What a crappy way to end a video. Just saying that it's ending. What a bad way. Tomorrow, I will finish everything else. Clean up and find spots to go for all the other wood that didn't fit in the new storage system. But man, when the car pulls in tomorrow, that'll make this crappy outro worth it. To me and me alone, no one else.